Yes. Just looking at this in chapter 18 of the verse of Acts, Paul just came from Italy with his wife Priscilla because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome. And in verse 3, because he was of the same craft, he abode with them and wrought, for by their occupation they were tent makers. And he reasoned in the synagogue of every Sabbath and persuaded the Jews and the Greeks. And Silas and Timotheus were come from Macedonia. Paul was pressed in the Spirit and testified to the Jews that Jesus was the Christ. And when they opposed themselves and blasphemed, he shook his raiment and said unto them, Your blood be upon your own heads, I am clean. From henceforth I will go unto the Gentiles. And he departed thence and entered into a certain man's house named Justus, one that worshipped God, and whose house joined hard to the synagogue. Whose house joined hard to the synagogue. I think he actually had his house next to the synagogue, but I don't really know what it means. And Crispus, the chief ruler of the synagogue, believed on the Lord with all his house, and many of the Corinthians hearing believed, and they were baptized. Then spake the Lord to Paul in the night by a vision, Be not afraid, but speak and hold not thy peace, for I am with thee, and no man shall set on thee to hurt thee, for I have much people in this city. And he continued there a year and 6 months, teaching the word of God among them. Now, this must have been something where Paul actually was a little concerned about himself, because it was Jesus, yes, in a vision told him, well, keep talking, yes, because there seems to be a number of people that actually do believe in Jesus in this city. Yeah. Now, if I was to look at all the congregations and those that profess Christ that have any knowledge of you making up false police reports in Swim or in Brennan, yes. And then all of those that are on the faculty of the various Christian institutions, and then those that graduate, and some of them become professors again, or they get ordained, they become the avowed, or missionaries, or they do some sort of Christian service. Yeah, I would think that there are more individual. Well, I don't think I should be afraid, Sheriff. Okay? Now, for every judge that said, well, we cannot allow citizens to tell us to remove our court orders, even though they provide to us the evidence, yes, of forgery, yeah, fraud, oops, civil rights violations, yes, not having the authority or jurisdiction to dissolve a United Nations marriage certificate, yes, not obligating the petitioner to give the respondent a dissolution of marriage, yes. In fact, for every judge that said, well, we do not have to listen to those that are citizens because I'm not motioning your fucking court, do you understand? You're the ones that are going to go to prison, and you're the ones that I'm going to sue. Now, Judge, yes, Paul had a similar problem that I have, yes, that I email those that are oaths of office, right? I email those that are attorneys, civil rights coordinators, superintendents of schools, sheriffs in every county. Pooch! And for some dumb fucking reason, you thought that I would motion a court that violated my civil rights since July 8th of 2011. Now, when judges think they're more important, yes, than the actual citizens that they hear the cases from, yeah, there is nothing I can do, to motion a court that never had any jurisdiction of law. Now, your thought was, well, we'll keep him small. Yeah, little. We'll shut his mouth. Yeah, we'll put him in a mental institution. When we know he wasn't in Brennan because he was in Port Angeles, right? We know he wasn't cyber stalking because he was emailing those in law enforcement about the crime of issuing court orders, yes, where there's no acknowledgement of the petitioner. In fact, there's no proof that she was actually there. Ouch! And you took it upon yourselves to completely fuck over the whole nation right now. Ouch. Well, you're the ones that are going to get the lawsuit because I think I should not be afraid. I think I should keep speaking. Pooh. Now, this issue of those that say, well, I have to motion a court that never protected my civil rights. Yeah. I never had to listen to what the judge had to say. The judge didn't have to hear what I had to say. Yeah. I didn't have to listen to what my wife had to say. Yes. And she didn't have to listen to what I had to say. Now, there's a possibility, okay, not protecting her right to hear me as the spouse. Yes. Let's say there was a wife that just didn't want to listen to her husband, and after 10 years of marriage, she probably gave you some really good reasons why I don't have to listen to the father of my five sons, because the truth of the matter is, there could be a lawsuit in this. Now, we have a problem with listening. Yes, yes, yes. I give you videos, emails, documentation. I explain to you what the laws say. And you don't have to protect my right to have my wife hear what I say. Now, this idea that you're going to issue a dissolution of marriage, right? Without me listening to you, yes. Without you listening to me, yes. Without me listening to my wife, and then without my wife listening to me, pooch. Where she said, well, I'm going to get full custody. Yes. He's going to pay child support for the rest of his fucking life. And that I'm not going to have anything to say about the education of my sons. Right. I'm not spending any holidays with them. Yes. You're going to say I'm fucking crazy right now. Now, I think, yes, you should have protected my right, yes, for my wife to hear what I had to say during a dissolution of marriage. Pooch! And when I decided I'm not appearing in court without the actual notice from the state of jurisdiction require me,